time to take a call. Let's do that here at the Voice of College Football. Who's on the line?
Hey, Mark. It's Michael. How you doing tonight, sir?
Michael, I'm doing well. What's going on?
Not much. Great game by Ohio State and Utah today. I got to say, when Utah was up 35-21, I'm thinking, all right, game over. Utah's going to win the Rose Bowl. But I got to give it to CJ Stroud. They had one heck of a comeback in the second half. But how impressed were you in the last 48 hours combined with both CJ Stroud and Aiden O'Connell?
Very impressed.
For having now going into the season, did you have them as your top two quarterbacks in the Big Ten?
Entering the season, definitely not O'Connell. And then we hadn't seen Stroud play, so I'm not going to rate a quarterback I've never seen play. The only time I did anything close to that was going into Tua's 2018 season at Alabama. I ranked him as the best quarterback in the SEC, and all he had done is show us that second half against Georgia in the national championship game, but that was enough for me. But going into the season, I would have told you the two best quarterbacks in the Big Ten from the players that we had seen, I would have said were Michael Penix and probably Sean Clifford. Now, I would have told you, though, that I was expecting CJ Stroud. I was expecting whatever Ohio State quarterback won the job out of 3 or 4, 5 stars, 4 stars to be, to be the type quarterback that they've had there for a number of years. But Aiden O'Connell, I would put Stroud a level above O'Connell. Just the throws that he was making tonight were they were Aaron Rodgers kind of throws. Now, Aiden O'Connell, yes, Aiden O'Connell is am I missing anyone? Yeah, he's the second best quarterback in the conference. And it could be argued that he's the best. I would have no issue if somebody came on here and argued that O'Connell was the best quarterback in the Big Ten. I would disagree with them, but I think it's a reasonable argument to make. But, yeah, Stroud's 1, O'Connell's 2, and then there's a drop-off. Then I guess Sean Clifford's probably 3, or maybe Peyton Thorne or Cade McNamara. One of those guys.
Yeah, but I think it could be fun to see those two go. I wish they would have played again next year at Ross State instead of waiting to 2023, because I got a feeling that would have been a heck of a ball game again.
Well, maybe they will play next year.
Well, yeah, in Indianapolis. I digress. But anyway, I think, though, the only reason why Purdue couldn't hang with them is because they couldn't stop the run that day against Ohio State. And if they didn't have those 3 bad plays to stop the run, I think it would have been a closer game than the score indicated.
Sure.
Yeah, not bad. And I would say, was that an ACL injury for Corral? Because I didn't see the injury. I just seen
I didn't either. I did not see the injury. It was a lower leg injury.
I'm just wondering stuff like that. Now, who has a bigger ceiling next year as far as, well, I know you probably go say with CJ, but how or is that something you're going to wait till after all the bowl games is over with and go and start looking at your schedules? I think both of their ceilings will be extremely high for next year, both Purdue and Ohio State. As I'm saying right now, they're going to be the odds-on favorite to win each of their divisions.
Yeah, well, you got to think Ohio State's going to be the favorite to win the Big Ten East. Michigan loses a ton.
That's what I was just saying.
Between Purdue, Iowa's going to have a difficult time next year. I think it's going to be more of a Purdue, Wisconsin, Minnesota race.
Doesn't Minnesota lose a lot of people themselves too?
Yeah, they do. What's going to be interesting with Minnesota is to see how well that they are developing and coaching their offensive line, because they had a really good one, and I think they're all gone.
And if I'm not mistaken, it's Tanner Morgan, because he's up in the year too. Does he have the extra year too?
He has the extra year. I don't know if he's going to exercise that. I don't know if he announced that or not.
Mm-hmm. Just wondering though. No, I just wanted to get you thinking about it and stuff like that. But I'm surprised it's still Ole Miss is a defensive struggle right now. And 7-7 in the fourth quarter.
So Tanner Morgan has told us that he is coming back from Minnesota next year.
Oh, is he? Okay. But as far as that, how would you actually say, as far as the bowl games so far, would you say both the Rose Bowl and the Music City Bowl is like 1A and 1B so far? It has 2 bowl games?
Yeah, probably. I also like the Kentucky-Iowa game. I thought that was a really good game. If we want to take all the bowl games into consideration, the Oklahoma State game, well, I know that it was a very dramatic game. I know that they came back from 3 touchdowns, but I just didn't see hardly any of it. And it really didn't come down to the wire.
The Kentucky game. Mm-hmm. And with Kentucky next year, I don't know how Georgia's going to be for next year, but do you see maybe in the next few years, Kentucky being the favorite to maybe win the SEC East? Or is that going to be Georgia's for the next several years?
As long as Georgia is recruiting way ahead of Kentucky, I don't see where Kentucky's going to be a serious challenger in the SEC East.
Mm-hmm. I was just wondering. All right, Mark, thanks so much. Enjoy the rest of your night, and hope you get your glasses fixed next week.
Thank you, Michael. Appreciate that. Have a good one.
Take care. Thanks. You too. Bye-bye.
All right. We're happy for Michael because Purdue had a really good season. They finished 9-4. They beat 2 at time of kickoff, top 5 teams in the country. They finished 9-4. They win an exciting bowl game. Now, we know that the Rose Bowl is the Rose Bowl, and people are watching the Rose Bowl. And despite the playoff taking so much attention away from everything else, that the Rose Bowl still is kind of different than the other bowl games. But to see Tennessee and Purdue put on a show at the Music City Bowl, see a packed house, see just the excitement, the buy-in, the level of play, the determination, the effort, and the crowd going wild in a packed stadium, I just thought, that takes us back to a time gone by during bowl season that we don't see nearly enough now in terms of that kind of scene. All right. Next up here, the voice of college football. Who's on the line?
Hey, Mark. This is Wes. How you doing?
Hey, Wes. I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good. So I'm the guy who asked you about Franklin versus Harbaugh.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I'm just gonna throw this out here. You get Franklin at Ohio State, you'd be pulling a top 4 class every year. Harbaugh would be trying to have a sleepover with a kicker to get him in, to give him a scholarship. I'm just saying.
So
you know what I'm talking about, right? Quinn Nordine.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. But I also know that Harbaugh is pretty much pulling in the same level of recruiting classes as James Franklin.
Yeah, I get it. So I have a list of things I want to talk about.
Okay.
Harbaugh versus Franklin. Harbaugh's a better coach. Franklin is what he is. I'm congratulations to the Buckeyes winning against Utah. That's great. They gave up 45 points. Awesome. The next question is your
was that a question? I didn't hear a question in there.
No, I was just saying.
Oh, just an observation. Congratulating the Buckeyes. Gotcha. Okay.